Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Now, if you've ever worked on a TV series and felt overwhelmed by keeping track of all the episodes, trust me, you're not alone. I've been there. Having to juggle all those episodes at one time when your block shooting was a bit much. I remember that really well. Then came along scripting and boy, that changed the game. And now it's even better because now you can create one file for the entire series instead of creating separate files for each. Now in today's lesson, we're going to be showing you 4 things. 1, how to set up a new series file. We're also going to show you how to import scripts, adding episodes, and finally, I'm going to be showing you how to switch between them. Okay, so it's going to be feeling a little overwhelming at first, but believe me, don't worry, I've got you covered. We're going to go through it step by step. Okay, so let's jump in. Okay, so here we are in my iPad, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding a series file. So here we go. We clicked on the add, and we're going to be clicking a series file. So we're going to name the file. Now, since we are going to be doing a series, you're going to be doing it for the entire series. So I'm going to call this is us, say season 5, because I'm going to be working on some episodes in season 5. So then I click on enter, and it creates the file. Okay, so that's how you create your series file. Okay, so here we are in our file. We've created our season 5 file. We're going to click on it. And now if you notice up here, you'll see episodes. There's going to be a default episode of 101. Now I'm going to be downloading a script from season 5, episode 12, but it normally defaults at 101. So wherever you're starting out with, say you're starting with season 2, and you're starting on the first episode, your episode is going to be 201, and then 202, 203, and so forth. But since I'm going to be downloading an episode from season 5, I'm going to change that. Okay, I'm going to change it to 512, which is the episode I'm going to be downloading. I'm going to go to revisions, and if you notice here it says script revision 101. We haven't downloaded anything yet, so that's the reason why it's still defaulting that until we download the script, it's not going to change. Okay, so it will change once we download it. So if we notice here, okay, so first of all, we're going to check the paper size. Make sure that we're in letter, not in A4. A4 is just a larger size paper, and you want to make sure that it's correct, because if you do the larger size, it's going to mess up your page count. Okay, so if you don't know, leave it in letter. That's the default. Same thing with your script layout. It's either normal or tight or very tight. So depending on how it's formatted in Final Draft, you can ask the script coordinator on both of those. But if you don't know or not sure, just leave it at normal and leave it at letter. Okay, the average number of lines, that's another thing that you're going to change if you want. It defaults to 54 lines per page, which is normal. I've had to change that in the past because my page count sometimes would be off by maybe an eighth of a page from the AD's pages, and because I didn't want to keep constantly changing it, I would just change the page count here to revise it so that it would match his, and then that way I wouldn't have to be bothered. But otherwise, you can just leave it like that. It's the normal, the normal size. Then we have our pending imports, and we have our scripts imported. Okay, pending is again like a holding pattern for the scripts that have not been imported yet, but we're going to do that right now. And then, of course, the scripts imported are the ones that have already been imported. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to swipe up to bring our script over to our file. We're going to go to 512. We're going to go to the white draft, and we're going to download it. We're going to swipe over to the right, and go down to Script ES, and there's our file. Okay, it's in the pending files, not in the imported, because we haven't imported it. Remember, this is just a holding pattern for it. So now we're going to name our revision for our script. Okay, so we're going to add. Now it's asking me here, change episode number. Are you sure you want to change the episode number? Now it's going to register what we named it up here at 512, and I'm going to say yes, I'm sure I want to change this episode number. And Scripty is always going to ask you if you want to change something or not, so which is a really good default. So I always put the episode number in the front, and then I just put what color it is. And then of course you want to come over here, you want to highlight the revision, then you're going to click on import. So here's your preview of what it is. So you're going to say yes, done, because it looks good. Then it's going to ask you, based on the preview of the script, do you wish to proceed with the import? And you're going to say proceed, yes. So now it's importing. The script has been imported. You're going to say okay. You're going to go done, and you're going to see right here, here's your script imported. Okay. Now when you only have one episode, Scripty is not going to put your episode number in there yet. And you'll see in a second, once I start adding episodes, you'll see that the episode number is going to show up here as well. But I always still put the episode number there in the revision just as a safeguard. Okay, so now we're gonna add another episode. Now we're gonna add episode 513. So we're gonna go up here and we're going to click plus, and it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to add a new episode? I'm going to say yes. When I do that, what happens is everything goes blank again because we're adding a new episode that has no revisions in it. So let's go to the revisions, and you'll notice there's nothing in the imports and nothing in the pendings because it's a brand new episode. We haven't added anything in there yet. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to swipe up. We're going to go over here to the files, and now we're going to go to our 513 episode. Okay, we're going to click on that, and then we're going to download it, swipe over, and we are going to scroll up to the Script ES, and there it is. Okay, there's your 513 in your pendings again. It's in the holding pattern. It's not in the imported scripts, and we don't have that other script, that 512 in there, because that 512 is in the revisions for the episode 512. We're only dealing with script revisions from episode 513 in this file. Okay, so now we're going to add our revision number. Okay, which is 513, white. Oops, I don't know how to spell white. White. We're going to click on that revision, and we're going to click on import. There it is. We preview it, say done. Now it's going to ask, based on the preview of the PDF script, do you wish to proceed with the import? You're going to say proceed, yes. And you're going to say it has imported, okay, done. Now 513, and now you see Scripty is putting the episode in there as well, 513, because now it's sensing there's two episodes in there, so now it's distinguishing between both episodes. So, but I always put it in there just as a safeguard. And if I come in here to the revisions, you'll notice that up here it has changed. It will show 513 here as well. 513 as well, and it'll show in the imports, there's the imported script. There's no pending imports because there's nothing in the holding pattern anymore. So let's click done, and if you come up here to episode, now you can, if you want to switch between episodes, say we want to go back to 512, we click on 512, Come back over here. Now, remember we didn't have that 512 there? Now it's showing up, okay? So it's basically a safe check to make sure that you are in the correct episode. And if we come up here to revisions, again, you're going to see 512. Okay? So let's add another episode now. Okay, so now we're going to add another episode. Say we're going to go plus. Now, see, we're in 512. We actually have 2 episodes here already. But say we add another episode, it's going to, and it's asking you, are you sure you want to add another episode? You're going to say yes. So now it's going to go to 14 because it's going to go to the next one in line. Okay, so let's go to our revisions here. There's 514. We're going to swipe up. And we're going to go to our 514 file. 514. Download. We're going to swipe over. And we're going to script.es. And there it is. So let's add our revision here. We're going to say 514. White. We're going to click on it. Again, it's in the holding pattern. It's not in the imported. It's in the holding pattern. We're going to go import. That's what we want. Based on the preview, do we want to proceed? We want to proceed. And there is our file. 514, 514. Okay, if we come up here to episodes, we see we have 512, 513, and 514. Okay, say we want to add another revision to one of these episodes. We're just going to click on that particular episode, which will put us back into 512, and then we're going to go up here to revisions. Now, here there's no pending. I'm going to add another revision here. So I'm gonna swipe up. I'm gonna go over here to my files again. It's done. Let's go into my 512 again. We're gonna add a blue file. Done. Oops, blue file. And we're going to swipe over. And there it is in our pending. So we want to add another file. We're going to go we're going to go blue. So it's 512. Blue. Click on that. Import. Done. You want to proceed, you're going to say yes. It has been imported, you say okay. Done. So there we go. We got our blue draft and we have our white draft. Okay. So if we come up here to episodes, if we want to jump from one episode to the other, we just click on the episode we want. There we're on 513 and here we are in 514. Okay. So that's how you add your scripts in. Now, always make sure that at the beginning and end of every day, you download upload your project so that you can save your work. Okay. Are you sure you want to upload your project? And I'm going to say yes, and it's going to ask you for your password, and you just put on your password and it'll be saved for the rest of the day. But you always want to do that as a safe check at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. Okay, so when you close it, you're going to say yes, close. And there's so now you don't have all these files over here. You only have one file that you can go into, and you don't have to deal with a whole bunch of files because they're all in there in one file. Okay? Okay, so there's one other thing I wanted to show you. If you say you wanted to delete a file, say you downloaded this one by accident or for whatever reason, you come over here to the episode, that particular episode, and if you click on the minus button here, minus, it's going to ask you delete episode. Are you sure you want to delete this episode? You're going to say yes. And there it is. So now we have 512 and 513, and episode 14 is gone. It's not there anymore. Okay? Now there's one other thing that I wanted to show you guys. If you ever run into an issue where where you have to download a script again, which is what I did here. Okay, I recorded this a couple of times, and the first time I downloaded this script, it was called 512 Production White. Now, because I was going to redo this again, I had already downloaded it and I deleted it in the file, but sometimes you're going to have the script show up again, and it may not, it might say, hey, I've already downloaded that file. Well, what you want to do is you want to go in there and do what I did. Is I just went in there and I renamed the script to PROD instead of production. And that way I was able to download the script again. So if you ever run into that problem where it's saying, oh, the script has already been downloaded, just rename the script and you'll be able to download it okay. Okay, my friends, that's it. I hope I've answered all your questions, and now you know how to download a script or several scripts into a series file. Now stay tuned for my next video, because I'm going to be going over how to import scripts from emails, and there's some things that you really need to know about that, because sometimes you'll be importing something and it just not working. I remember I was always having those issues, and then finally, I found out, oh, well, my page wasn't encrypted, it wasn't locked, and there were no scene numbers, and so anyway, you want to make sure that you have all those things checked off before you import a script from email. Okay, and we're going to be going over that in my next episode. Okay, so leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment and let me know if it helped you. Okay? All right, we'll talk to you soon.